Hey guys, it's Alex, and today we're here at Par by the Hour, and I'm getting the Fairmont ready to do some roll stuff. Basically, last live stream we talked about whether roll racing was gay or not, and I was starting to wonder, because there's not a lot of jig racing in Florida, I wondered, can the Fairmont hook from a 40 roll and a 60 roll? 40 to 140. I'm not doing a 160 roll today, so I'd like to do the following. I'm here to do a health and wellness check on the car. Torque all the wheels down, make sure everything's good, check the tire pressure, make sure the fuel pump's operating properly, and grab my N gauge so I can data log it. Then I'm going to drive all the way to Tijuana, Mexico, it's going to be wild, just so that I can do this legally. So I'm going to go ahead and torque down all the wheels, check the air pressure, and then head out and do some pulls real quick. Oh, it's at 90 foot-pounds. I'll break this shit. Alright. Nice. This is a nice tool. You can get these guys anywhere. I got this at AutoZone for like 11 bucks, in case you guys wonder. Oh my god. We'll be here a while. Come on. We're around 20 psi, so we'll call it 20. Let's get on the other side. That literally took forever. Come on, baby. Take that 1 pound. There you go. Alright, so that'll do it. Now, what have I done? What have I done differently from as if I was to drag race this car? Not much, but the final step is to make the shocks in the front full loose. Now these are strange single adjustable shocks. So if you turn them counterclockwise, it is full loose. If you turn them clockwise, it is full tight, all the way. Let me see where they're at. Full loose. They've been full loose the whole time because I've been on the street. At the track, I usually run 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, I usually do 4 at the track. So, full loose on the street. Get the weight to go to the back. Stick to the side. Get underneath, oh baby. Alright, oh yeah. This camera actually helps me locate things. Alright, full loose, beautiful. So, that'll do it. Let's get on the street, make some pulls with the car. Before I forget to grab the N gauge, make sure that grab my N gauge from the white car that I use for logging. I'm one of those guys that has 3 N gauges for 3 vehicles, but I forgot my Fairmont N gauge, so I'm gonna borrow the white car's N gauge, because if you have a Lund Racing N gauge, you can log any vehicle, Ford vehicle, even if the N gauge isn't quote-unquote married to the vehicle. Okay, let's take a long trip to, I don't know, Guadalajara or Cancun. Flip a coin, wind up in Mexico one way or another. Get the GoPro mounted in the back window, facing backwards, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is the plan. Do a 40 roll and see if there's any stripes that are laid down from a 40 roll. Then do a 60 roll and see how much of a stripe is laid down. Tires are at 20 psi. No additional weight in the back of the car yet. All the way down in Guadalajara, Mexico. So let's see how this goes. which I'm gonna get out of the car and see if I did lose a taillight, because I saw something flying back there. I don't think so though. But I lost the taillight, so let's go back and get the taillight, because those are expensive. Damn, GoPro starts facing down. I hate auto cars because you can't do a quick 3-point turn. It's a whole process. I hope the GoPro got the shot, because all I did was just lay down stripes. 40 roll, 60 roll. I need either a lot of weight in the back or some kind of progressive power control to have it come in slower when it comes to doing 60 roll stuff. But let's find that tail light, because they're not cheap. These tail lights are actually on the expensive side. Where are you? They went flying. So there's my tail light. Wow. That would have sucked, having to come all the way to Mexico to find my taillight. Man, that thing done knocked the taillights off the son of a bitch. Well, luckily it didn't get too jacked up, but yeah, look it. These things are just glued in. So I think they just slide in like so. Let me see. Yeah, like that. Okay, sorry to yell, but what did we find out? Well, we found out that as it stands, an 8.7 setup at the track is not a good roll setup on the street. It laid rubber all the way up to about 120, 130 mile an hour. As you saw in the video, I'll try to overlay it with the mile per hour heads up display so you can see that I was having traction issues the whole time. The whole time it felt like it was floating, and it was not a good feeling. It definitely did not feel stable. The red car feels a lot more stable than this car does. Obviously, it's a newer platform. It's aerodynamically designed for higher speeds. This thing literally feels like at any time it can take a hard left and put me in a bad situation. So I decided to just cut the shit out, head back home from Mexico, and take a look at the footage and see what needs to happen if I want to do any 40 to 140 stuff in this car, or I simply say this is a Trek car and I'm not going to do 40 to 140 stuff. It's something that's meant to be on a prepped road. So we'll see how it goes, and if I can put some weight in the back and get some grip out of this sucker, I'll try to record it for you. And as promised, I wanted to get you guys a data log review of what is happening here. So a good thing about data logging everything is you can figure out if you have any fueling issues or anything like that. So let's look at the first pull where the thing just spun its ass off right here. You can see that, let me deselect everything but RPM. And this is the throttle. So I'm on the gas, off the gas because of wheel spin. And if you look at the mile an hour, it spiked, I let off, and then it spiked again and again, and I let off. So fueling is not going to be consistent here. It's going to be pretty crappy, right? But you could see a trend down here if you look on the left, right? If you zoom in on this area, I don't know if you guys can see that okay, but I'll try to make this guy, I'll try to make it a little bigger for you guys. But if you see this area right here, fuel is spiking in green. The second pull, which was a much better, longer, sustained pull, deselect all items, pedal, RPM, see, nice and flat. Now let's look at the converter. The more the converter couples, basically the faster it spins, the more it couples. So if you look at slip actual, if I could find a slip actual, see how it slips initially, then it couples, and usually mile an hour or OSS starts to go up and potentially slip and slide. You can see how it's a little bumpy. So the whole wide open throttle pull was, hazing the tires. But look at fueling. Short-term fuel trim is spiking. Even with a brand new MagnaFuel 750, I'm running out of fuel somehow. So I got to figure out why I have a fuel delivery issue. How do I know that? If you look here at the short-term fuel trims, they spike up with RPM. So I got to figure out, I got to keep this guy flat. On the dyno, it doesn't show up because the dyno freewheels and you can't put a load on the motor. On the street, it does, you know, the street is the truth. It's pushing its own weight through some wind. So I got to figure out a fueling issue, maybe put the booster pump back on it, take it back out on the road, do another wide open throttle pull. But as you saw, the second pull was a little better, and the top of the mile an hour is showing 100, I believe 147 mile an hour at the top. Let's go here. Where are you? 147. So I tried a 40 roll, spun, 60 roll, spun, but I was able to maintain it, but it felt real squirrely all the way at the top. Just wanted to get you guys a quick little data log review, and I have to figure out this fueling issue, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys later.